I ended night one of WrestleMania absolutely fucking confused. But I didn't want to immediately start talking about it because I wanted to sleep on it to see maybe if I kind of just digest it and dissect it mentally. Yeah, maybe it would be all right. But I woke up and then I ended up being more annoyed than confused because now it's at the point where it's like the company's insulting our intelligence as fans because to be a wrestling fan and to be invested into what's going on, there has to be some interest there. And this is coming from somebody who has watched professional wrestling for a very long time. I've seen ups, I've seen downs, I've seen the in between, I've seen the boring shit, and I've even stepped away from it at a certain point and then come back in. But at this point, with us doing what we do, and we come here and we talk about it and we do the whole TMI and Dizzle moment and Scoot does NX tag. It We're paying way more attention to it. And especially with us doing the stuff that we're doing with the predictions championship and the technical predictions championship, we have to pay more. We're paying close attention to the matches now. And this shit made absolutely no fucking sense to me. And I'm not going to go through each of the matches because I mean, you guys can go watch a lot of other people that's going to do the breakdowns for the shit. But I'm upset as a professional wrestling fan. Like I can tell you right now, after after tonight with night two, I'm canceling the ESPN Plus app. Like I'm not shilling any money to TKO and WWE for this shit because one, the issues with the stream itself and it lagging, like I had to literally go back 10 seconds just for the shit to play normally throughout. There's no reason for me to be paying as much money as I am for the ESPN app for it to lag when I'm trying to watch it live. The shit makes no fucking sense. I'm better off riding the seven seas and just dealing with lag like that because at least I'm doing it for free. At least I'm dealing with that lag for free because that comes with the territory. There's no reason for me to pay money and then have to deal with the same shit that I would be dealing with if I was watching it for free. Makes no sense. The fact that these matches were the length that they were, with the show being the length that it was, because what in over here, Central Time started at 5, right? The show ended, I believe, around 9:30 ish. So just maybe giving it maybe like what 3.5 hours with the matches that we got. And I'll run through the match times here. The first match, Usos, LA Knight versus Vision and IShow Speed, 7:10. Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, 14:10. The Fatal 4-Way for the women's tag titles, 8:35. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, 8:15. Gunther and Seth, 15:45. Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer, which surprised the hell out of me. It was 9 minutes, but the shit felt like it was 5. Me and Scoot were talking back and forth about it, and it both felt short to us. So I don't know what the hell went on with that. And then lastly, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, 22:55. That's about a total of an hour and 26 minutes on what would roughly be a 3.5 hour show at the least. So you're going to give me less than half of the time for a 3.5 hour show on a wrestling show. Even if you factor in the time of the entrances, there's still no fucking way that everything else would be catered to fucking ads. This is the problem with TKO, with the partnership between WWE and TKO, because ever since then, it's just been fucking promo, marketing, ad fest. We didn't, when we would normally get WrestleMania, and I'm just talking about prior to maybe WrestleMania 30. I'm pretty sure there were some outliers after that, but I'm just gonna specifically just stick to 30 and down. We would get buku vignettes. We would get backstage segments, everything catered to the actual show. Because again, this is supposed to be the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. That's what it is. It's a once a year event. And now we got 2 nights of it, which again still means that there should be no excuse that the matches should be getting shorter. You spread it out to 2 nights so that way you can give other people a chance and you can give matches the time that they need instead of having to pack everything in one night and then having to pick and choose what feuds you want to put on the big show. So if you have all this time, there's no reason that a championship match should be less than 15 minutes long. There's no fucking reason. So I don't even understand that. I don't even understand what the point of rushing everything is if you're supposed to be invested in the performers that you pay to fucking perform. This is trash. All of it's fucking trash. And I can't fucking stand it because as a fan, this makes me look at like what the fuck we're doing. Like, why are we watching this shit? Why are we investing time in this shit? Why do we come on here every week and talk about these shows, these companies, and this business as a whole, if all you're going to do as a company that's supposed to provide for its fans and just give us bullshit? There's no reason for it. There's no reason for us to spend money on the fucking apps. There's no reason for us to spend money on merch. There's no reason for us to spend time watching each and every show that comes on. There's no reason for us to get invested in the storylines that you create, especially if you don't give a fuck about the storylines that you're actually creating. And I'm using create very loosely because it doesn't seem like that's what the fuck is going on. You have all these people for the production value, for writing, for all this other shit, and it seems like that money is going to fucking waste because if you're going to have these storylines, and understand this, Pat McAfee is a minuscule issue in all of this because the company and the direction that it's going as a whole is an even greater issue at this point. But the fact that you would take something, for example, the Cody and Randy storyline, something that basically writes itself, and you implement the stuff with Pat that's not necessary, only for it to end in the way that it did, which is what confused the fuck out of me to begin with. Because there is nothing that somebody can say to me that's going to make this shit make sense to me. Nothing. And I don't want to hear shit about, oh, well, you got to trust the process. You got to trust the story. It's going to take time. It's going to go somewhere. Be along for the ride. Fuck the ride. Fuck the ride. Fuck the ride. We've been here for the ride for the longest, and we've gotten the same shit over and over, rinse and fucking repeat. You can throw in the fact that people get injured and they have to change stuff on the fly, and they got to, there's no fucking reason. And we've come up here and we've complained about the shit when it came to the writing of Karrion Kross when he had some type of direction that was going on, and they basically let that shit fall through the cracks. We've talked about the shit with Cena, with his heel turn being fantastic at the start, and then it completely going full shit once they got into it. And then to have it kind of bookend off with him turning face out of fucking nowhere. Nothing made sense. Now, I don't know if it's Triple H's fault. I don't know if it's implementation of TKO and them trying to get their input in storylines or what. But whatever it is, it's not fucking working. And the shit that pisses me off the most is that it's honestly only hurting the fans that watch and the performers that are going into the ring every fucking week and having to put up with this shit. Because it doesn't hurt the people in the back. It doesn't hurt the board members. It doesn't hurt the production team because everybody's getting their pockets lined. Everybody's doing their job on that end, but they don't get the backlash. The performers get the backlash. every time. Even if we criticize TKO or Triple H or the creative team, nothing happens to them. Nothing's gonna happen to them. If you put Jey Uso in a situation where you write him in a storyline where he looks like shit, he gets the backlash. Not Triple H, not creative, not TKO, not the booking team. When Cena had his heel turn and that shit happened, Cena got flack for that. Right now, Cody's getting flack for how that story's going. Anybody that gets on screen is primarily going to get the flack for what the fuck is going on. Because again, even if you criticize Triple H, creative, booking team, TKO, nothing's going to happen. Doesn't fucking matter. Because you can sit here and we can all tweet and scream and shout and get mad about shit, but it's not going to matter. Because at the end of the day, people are still going to buy merch. People are still going to watch. People are still going to pay for the ESPN shit. So I could honestly be wasting my time saying this right now, but I think I'm just airing grievances because I'm just pissed off about the shit. But either way, it's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. Like you can look at all this shit and none of it makes sense. I'm cool that Speed got a chance to have his match at WrestleMania, but he could have done a one-off. I mean, he could have done a one-on-one match. He could have done something at somewhere else. They should have had Usos and Division for the tag titles initially with this, not them having a rematch. This should have been the only match they had for the tag titles. I don't understand why Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre had a unsanctioned match when it was basically a watered down street fight. They had more of visceral interactions on SmackDown week to week than they did in this fucking match. This could have easily been a SmackDown match. If you're going to say something is unsanctioned, then you need to go full, especially if this is supposed to be a blow off of the feud, especially if Drew's getting written off TV to go film Highlander or whatever. Like Drew should have went off on a gurney. Like this match should have really set the tone for Mania, and it did not. The whole thing with the tag title match, that should have been way longer for the women. At the very least, it should have been 15 minutes. Like I said before, all championship matches need to be at least 15 minutes long. I'm glad Paige is back. The shit doesn't make sense with her team with Brie Bella. I get they tried to make the shit make sense. Honestly, you should have replaced the Bellas altogether. You could have put a whole different team there. Easily. Me and Scoot were talking about this. Or rather, me, Scoot, and Yeager were talking about it on TMI when I had said better to put Kiana James and Julia in that match if that's the case. There's other teams. You could have found some NXT talent that would have been good to go on this match. Give them a shot. But the fact that you have the Bellas, a sister team, it doesn't make sense to add Paige. Like, again, I'm cool the Paige is back, but this shit doesn't make sense. Because what do you do after this? Bree's already won the titles, or Bree's already won the tag title. Nikki is kind of without. So that moment's kind of gone. So it would have just been better to just wait for Nikki to get it better and then have them win the tag titles at SummerSlam if you really wanted them to have that moment. It didn't need to be at Mania. You could have easily had the Irresistible Forces retain and then kind of just go from there, or give Bayley a fucking shot because she fucking deserves it at this point because she getting the shit into the deal. Because where the fuck is that storyline going? I'm sorry. Let me not even. That's a conversation for another time. I'm not mad at Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. I mean, it could have gone longer, but I mean, in the time that they did have, what they did with the time that they had is fine with me. I'm not mad at that match. Gunther and Seth, cool. I want it better because I expected more from these two, but you know, it is what it is. Liv and Stephanie Vaquer, like we said, like I said earlier about how me and Scoot talked about it. The shit felt extremely short, and it felt rushed. Nah, I could have honestly. They could have given us more with this match. They could have given us more. It should have just been a one-on-one. I don't think Judgment Day should have got involved at all. They really just could have just done better with that. And then Cody and Randy. Yeah, the one match that just again made absolutely no fucking sense when it all came to a head. I I don't know, man. It's just a lot of dumb things, and we're gonna talk about it when we do the review of the shit. But I had to fucking get my shit off for it because it honestly pisses me off. It pisses me off that this is where we're at right now. So hopefully, night two can redeem somewhat of what the fuck is going on from last night. But honestly, my expectations are extremely low right now. So yeah, I'm not giving after tonight, not giving any more money to the fucking ESPN app. They can fuck themselves for all I care. Because it's like, again, you can't have us pay these premium prices like month to month for some shit and then give us bullshit. And I'm just really talking about the performance of the app itself. And then and secondly, then it's the product that you provide for us. I just yeah, and yes, I get that you get UFC and all this other shit with it, but I mean, come on, dude. This is they've been doing this shit. This is what the 42nd WrestleMania, and for some in some weird way, we have devolved into like the basically the Divas era where you were giving the women like 2-minute matches and shit, and everything was like just so fucking comedic. I just, yeah, man. Yeah, let me know what you think, man. Whether you loved it, hate it, thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave all your comments, concerns down below. Let me know how you feel about Mania Night 1. And if you feel the same way, hell, if you even liked it, let me know. Because then maybe you can show me something that I fucking missed. But as far as as I've seen it, I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about this. But you already know what it is. Tag the like button, tag the subscribe button, tag the notification bell. And until next time, you beautiful, 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 beautiful mother effers. Tag the fuck it out.
Dollars make a way to make a change. Gotta be insane to make them same mistakes again. So I'm switching lane to lane.